I made $30,000 in monthly recurring revenue in 60 days after implementing this system. Uh, this is advertising I get all the time. Maybe it's just the space that I'm in as a coach, but I'm constantly getting targeted with marketing like this. And it's something, whether you're a coach or a small business owner, um, this type of marketing is everywhere. And just before I was starting to sit down to do work today, I took a second, and for whatever reason, it popped into my head an analogy of what this kind of marketing is like and why it irritates me. So, just shooting a little like rant video with a metaphor and some visuals. If you like it, let me know. If not, no big deal. But this type of marketing, I'm seeing it everywhere, and it obviously works. Otherwise, people would stop doing it. And there's a couple things that always come up for me when I see things like this or statements like that. The first is how profitable is that claim? So monthly recurring revenues, awesome. And 30K of that is great, but how much of that is profitable? And then more important to me, because I'm trying to understand behind the journey and how they got there, is what is all the important and relevant background info that's being omitted? And I think for a lot of these things, people are sharing stuff that is accurate. They might have made that amount of money in that short of amount of time after making this one tweak, but there's a huge amount of backstory that's missing that's very relevant to being a platform or a springboard to allowing that leap to happen. And that's what popped into my head when I was thinking about this is like the analogy of sports is always what comes to mind. So I'll draw the metaphor literally and figuratively. So with soccer, in order to score a goal here, often the play starts down here with your goalie, and you've got players here, here, here. There's players everywhere. But what tends to happen is the ball will move from the goalie here, 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 and then maybe back here. And it kind of bounces around all these different players until this guy gets the ball and scores the goal at the very end. Boom, goal, awesome. And this statement of, oh, I made this amount of money in this short amount of time just after making this one tweak, I can teach you how to do that, kind of feels like this guy here, I'll change the color. This guy here sharing like, here's how to score a goal. And he's completely ignoring or omitting all the work that happened at this stage of the play down here, all this stuff down here. And at the same time, to carry the metaphor further, it's omitting all of the training and practicing that has happened to lead up to the game that led up to that goal. So there's a lot of components that are not being shared about how this occurred. And I feel like the same thing is happening when people are talking about business. So to kind of move to this analogy over here of the business, this is a graph of money over time. And somebody that's making a claim of, oh, I just did this change, or I have this system now, and I have this amazing business. The traditional journey of a business owner starts down here at zero, and they're kind of going along, and then they try this thing, and then that goes like that, and then what happens is all of a sudden there's a real big jump, and the thing that gets shared is this. That's what they're sharing. And there's a new system that they implemented here, which is great, and it worked for them. And it allowed for this spike here. But what's getting omitted is this whole part of the journey. And there might be very specific changes that they made in their business from here to here, and from here to here, and from here to here, that laid the foundation for that jump to happen. And that's what frustrates me, is that's not part of the story in the marketing. And obviously I get why. Um, but that's what I'm always very curious about, is a lot of the people that are making these claims, they're like, oh, I've made this amount of money in this short amount of time, but oh, I switched niches here. I tried 3 other businesses here, and um, I had my first failure here. And through this whole period to get to here, I was building an audience, let's say, or I was building um, a huge following of people. And then I created a new offer here that led to this jump. So I don't know about you. I just thought this was fun to kind of share. If you agree, let me know. If you disagree, would love to hear it. And yeah, chat soon.